Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 6 again. Today I'm going to wrong route, do a bit of Mittenwaldbahn, make sure. Okay, we want the OBB 1020. It's easier to drive. Let's do that. Full length run, both directions. It's going to be a long video, but it'll let me know whether the optimization of Train Sim World has worked for the older routes as well as the newer ones. Because Mittenwaldbahn is possibly the most noticeable when it comes to stuttering. I mean, I did seriously struggle with the route before. The only reason I did the one scenario and not the others is it was constantly stuttering. Here we go. Ski slope special. Driving. Good day. It's a lovely snowy day on the Mittenwaldbahn. Your job today is to take skiers to the dedicated ski platform at Garmisch. Right. So. I've got to do into braking. Where's the that's train brake, that's locomotive brake. That's whistle. Got how do I do the reverser? Master switch forward, wrong side. Let's go into camera mode first because I want a picture of my train in the snow, like so. Can have a one little look around while it's paused doing this. There's a class 111, which I hate driving because they are annoying. Those doors are still open and the other one's are closing, so let's lock the right doors. So train brake to running. Oops, it's on shutdown. I want it on running. And off we go. While I'm waiting for it to where's the click? There we go. Main circuit breaker, pantograph, control supply, master key. I'm looking for the safety systems buttons. Are they on the back? No, that's the handbrake. One thing you can do with with this that you can't do with modern trains is have the door open. You can have that door. Can I? Is there anything in here that... Okay. Never looked inside the... You wouldn't do this in... Brake 1 isolating... Bogey 2... Wouldn't actually do this in normal service. That's the seafert, I think. Set. I'm just getting all the systems done. I think that's indices, so that's needed. Stand in driving position. Do that again. Should get going now. Are we moving? We can open the window and the door. Power. Why are we going backwards and not forwards? Come on, why are we going backwards? Because that's... Are we going to go forward now? Come on, brake. Let me go. Try and brake running. Put the brake back on. Close the door, go and switch that off then. Gonna be a bit late, I think. What's that? Hot plate. Come on, let me stand there. Right. Release the brakes. Now we're moving. So it was that. Okay. I can have C. Let's restart and do it. I now know what I can have on and off. It's all that matters. Just see if I can do this without struggling. Looks like my laptop can cope with Mittenwaldbahn now, so they have optimised things. Ski slope special. Let's retry, shall we? Good day, it's a lovely snowy day on the Mittenwaldbahn. And your job today is to take the skiers. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna get that. Where's that? There it is. Cipher. Stand back in driving position. Open both windows. Wait. And then do that, because I like having the doors open. Oh yeah, I need the forward. Left-hand doors. How do I turn the wiper on? There we go, wipers on, because it's snowing. Set train brake to running. And apply power. It goes above 5 and then it clicks. Now that we're moving, close the doors. And obey the speed limit. I don't have to worry about there we go, that's what I expected. That's the Cipher. It's the in-game, or the Swiss version of driver vigilance or safety device, whatever. If I don't press it, it will apply the brakes. We've got 1 mile to get to Garmisch, Partenkirchen, Kaisenbad, even. I'll just say Garmisch. It's a lot easier. Let's get a bit more power so that we get some speed up as we start going uphill. I'm not turning Indice on. It messes around. Let's look out the cab. On this side. More power, because we were slowing down. It's quite a steep gradient. 2.6%. We've only got 3 coaches. I love the Swiss and German signals. They're a lot more unique than British ones. Come on, a bit more power. I want to get some speed up. We've got a minute to get to Garmisch. That's not going to be too bad. As I said, this will probably be quite a long video because I'm going to do the whole scenario. May end up cutting it into 2 separate videos, but I'm doing the whole lot in one go. Just make it a bit easier for me. Right. Cutting power, because we're getting close to Garnish. Still going uphill, but not as much. And I'm getting 25 frames a second. So, yeah, they've improved the frame rate and optimization of the game. Flashing white. Should be able to just coast. We're a little bit late, but that's not too much of a bother. I don't want shutdown, I want running. Just a bit more power. Switch to this side. Cut power. This is Garnish. So I need to stop. Just coast a little bit. Is that enough? Yes. So put the brake on, do the doors. Wait for people who aren't on the platform to get on and off. They're not enjoying the snow. Let's have a look around. Using this camera, it freezes time. No one is getting on or off on my 3-coach train. Is there a tail lamp? Yes, that's good. Ooh, that door opens, but the... That's interesting. Is that, yes it is. I can... In this mode... Oh, I thought I was in camera mode. I'm not. That's why the door could open. Whoops. Next stop, Mittenwald, 7.6 miles. Might have to... Why am I not moving? It's running. Come on, release the brakes. Why are you not releasing the brakes? There we go. It didn't want to release the brakes. Up to 40 miles an hour. It would normally be in kilometres an hour, being a Swiss route. But I'd prefer to have British or Imperial for the distance and speed, because that's what I'm used to. Get a bit of a lick on. Get up to speed. I'm going to guess it's about 38 miles an hour that the speed limit is. Is that a road? Yes. It's the road that we've just crossed over, and there's a road next to us. Just have to remember every time that buzzes to press B on my controller. 3.2% gradient. We go via location, Mittenwald. We don't stop. Where do we stop? Innsbruck. Where we run round. We go to... It's going to be a decent length run. Go back into this view. Because I've got the door open, I can now actually realistically step out and look out the cab window. Because the door's open, the window's open. Get a bit of power, so we go up to the line speed, please. Don't know what P means. It's a pity that Krokdils are basically retired now. They are a very well known type of loco for Swiss railways. And they got more character than modern ones. If I really wanted to, I could do a BR442 on this route, because they operate it these days. Oh, caught me. Such a gorgeous route, and it was made for Transworld 5. Last year, or maybe even 2024. So difficult thinking it's already 2026. Anyway, it is a decent route, even in snow. Might actually be the fact that it's snowing that it's running better, because the other game I've got on my laptop runs better when there's snow. Unfortunately, that snow only lasts a week on that game, and it's now back to being standard weather, which is a shame, because the snow does look gorgeous on that game. We've got green signal coming up. Oh, we're now speeding. So it's 37 miles an hour that the... There we go. Get it up to 50. That's a road, so I will sound the whistle. There's the green signal. Why is there a red after it? Come on, change to green. Please. Good, you've changed to green. Okay, I didn't realise we were changing to a different line. I'm not worried about speeding. Yes, it loses me. Action points for being significantly over the speed limit, but I'd rather not be speeding Gonna have to cut power again and then come back on, because it doesn't allow me to do brake thing. Okay. 5 miles to Mittenwaldbahn. "37 miles an hour isn't really that fast. But it'd be useful if I could do a maximum speed thing, and then like on the Bernina line. Yeah, the Bernina line. That's 3-foot 6-inch gauge, Bernina. Little stream. Alongside road again. Trying to cut power slightly so that I don't speed. About 55, I think. It's interesting, but maybe a bit more. Interesting valley, this. Slowing down, so I need a bit more speed or a bit more power. I'm not too worried about running out of or running late. Nice house huts. If I switch to the other side, I should really have that door open, shouldn't I? Get that up to there. got to try and modulate the power so that I don't speed, but also so that I don't stall. Which is easier said than done. There's the road up there. Just about to see cars through the cab window. 60 kilometres an hour, 37. We're now on the level, so I can put power a little. Green signal. Let's cut down to there. .4 miles to Mittenwald. Let's see if I can get the camera bit in a second. Get some more power. Get some more power working. I want to get a photo as we go past the other crocodile or crocodile. So. There. Come on, stop. Thank you. Hide that. Makes... Sitting on the bonnet. Would that work? Ooh, I can go in the cab. That's a good shot. So I'll get that photo. Oh, there's someone in the cab. And then we've got things like couplings. There. Can I look in my cab? Look at the other one. Like that. Make sure I press the right button. Having the cab door open means I can just look through, or I can just do that. Can I look inside the train? Yes. Interesting coaches, these. Is that a... There's the first class section. Interesting. Handbrake. And that's the back. That's quite fun. The fact that I can make it look like I'm in the cab looking out as well, like this. Go up a little bit so I'm more realistic height. Looking out the cab at my train coming past. carry on moving, go back in that view. As we head off to Innsbruck via Mittenwald still. Must admit, doing screenshots that way is so much better. I don't get the speed and hood in shot. Okay, cut power a little because we're going too fast. Going downhill, so cut power again. Car's going faster than me. Which is odd. Okay, going down again because we're going uphill. So, power back on. To 60%. Still going slowly. I think I'll be late into Innsbruck. Can almost be certain of that. Bit more power, I think. Crossing. Speeding up again. I don't know what the keyboard... Whoa, I didn't notice that. That'll lose me action points. Going downhill. Over a bridge, which is a road. Trying to keep speed down. I should really keep an eye on speed limit, shouldn't I? I'm just having a little bit of difficulty doing so. Going uphill again, so I need more power. buzzing could get a bit annoying. Downhill again. Some cut power. Ooh, definitely speeding. So I want to slow down. That's quite a steep gradient. Down again. It's quite a steep bit of gradient. So I don't really put more braking. Nice little village. This would be Mittenwald. We've got a red signal after it, so I'm going to be slowing down anyway. Don't want shut down. Keep it in the wrong bit. Right, nice gentle crawl. It's still going downhill, so I'm not too worried about stopping at the moment. Bit of power. Signal's cleared. Just let gravity do its job as we go through. Don't need to be speeding. Do have to keep remembering that when that buzzer goes, I've got to use button B. It's not like the vigilance monitors on British trains where you're pressing pedal, even though I could do that. Nice gentle run. There's still at least 40 minutes. Okay, locking the pedal doesn't work. That applied the brakes. As I was saying, there's still at least 40 minutes before we get to Innsbruck. And then we've got to run round and head back. I have a feeling this will be a two-part video. Just so that you don't have to sit through a full 2.5, 3 hours worth of video. Especially with me stopping and getting screenshots. This is a nice little village or town. Clear signal. Okay, we can speed up now because we're clear. Can't see any other trains in the station. Well, there is one. It's there, and it's a freight by the look of it. Yep, it's a freight. Can I get the... I want to have a look at that freight once it got behind it. There's a steel wagon, a coal wagon, some flat steel, some wood, some more steel, some more coal, and some logs. And this is Mittenwald. Where's the station name board? I'm sure I've explored around here before, so things like the route maps have been placed. Or have they? No, they haven't. Because that's a route map spot. Okay, I may have to do a random even the plants haven't been planted. May have to visit on foot at some point. Get things like the route maps in place. That's the timetable. I want a bit that shows the station name. Is there a station name board? I have no idea. Can't see one. Be nice just to have a screenshot with the station name board in shot. With my train going past in the background. Because at the moment, you just got that. Can I go and look through from here? That doesn't have station name on it. There's another plant pot. I'll just do screenshot like that. I like the way that the snow keeps falling. That gonna work? Yeah. There we go. Go back in. .4 miles to Seeveld. We've got green signal. Speed goes up to 50 miles an hour! Yay! Over a level crossing. Increase speed. Didn't know I could look at those views. Does that that view anyway. Up to 50 miles an hour. So I'm not going to be speeding for a bit as we head towards Innsbruck. Under main road. And alongside a river. Or is it? It might be a road. It's a road. It looked like a river because it was shining, but it's a road. This time we'll be going faster than cars. We'll be doing 46 miles an hour. I think that'll do. See for buzz? I was expecting that. Your car is going a little bit faster than me. Not much, because I'm doing 47 miles an hour. Ooh, speed limit. Get back down to 37. Kill power a second and then put it back on. Then we can get up to 43. Won't get up to the 50 because by the time we get into the 43, or by the time the whole train's into the 47, but 50, oh pardon me, the 50 even will be at, yeah, there's no point bothering with accelerating because we'll get back up to 37 as we go into the mountain and valley again. So that was a nice little bit of high speed running, and we're back to go into 37 and then 43. Which is a little bit annoying. Let's just... okay, it goes down to 31 after a very short bit of 43 mile an hour. It's not even worth accelerating. And I think that 31 is because we've got another passing place. Which probably means there'll be a train to pass maybe. Why have I suddenly... Why am I losing power? Let's cut it off and then put it back on. Better. I was losing power then, which was a bit weird. Here we go. Passing place. Slightly easier gradient, but we've still got to go uphill to Innsbruck. Still nearly 6 miles till Seeveld. Don't know which station this is. Can't tell. Gone too fast. Just know that it's a 31 mph speed limit. Which I think is 40 kilometers an hour. We're now going into a higher speed limit of 43 miles an hour. I know I'm running late, but it doesn't really bother me too much. Speed up a bit. Gradient levelling out here. This is another fast bit, but I'm going to have to keep an eye out for speed limit. Speed limit change, but it is pretty flat here, so I'm not expecting a sudden speed limit change. Wide open views from the road, but I'm still doing the whistle whenever I see a crossing. Yes, I've missed a few, but as long as I whistle, as long as I whistle when I am aware of a crossing, gradient has increased, still got 43 mph speed limit. I've now got full, or almost full power, because this will go higher, but I'll leave it at 100. Okay, full power a bit. We're going too fast. But it would be going too fast. Past a station in a second. gradient has increased. So I want more power. People to stand back a bit. Okay, now we're speeding up too much. The first time my laptop's had a bit of a struggle. I've got to slow down. So I'll just let gravity bring me down. There we go. Going up the gradient now, we've now got a drop from the valley, or to the valley even. Come on, a bit more power. About 60% I'd say. As I said, this is a very pretty route. A very long route when you think about it. Which is why doing this scenario is so long. I mean, I've still got about half an hour before I get to Innsbruck, where I will be pausing the game and ending part 1 of this video. Part 2 will be done, or will be recorded straight after, but will be done to be ready on Wednesday. Just gives something extra. Still going uphill, so I get up to 60, oh, no, 62. This is a nice route. Apart from once so far, my laptop's not had any significant trouble with it now, whereas on previous attempts to run it, my laptop was crying. So Dovetail Games have optimised Train Sim World 6 for slightly lower spec machines, obviously. Get a bit more power because we're slowing down. Got up to 70, I think. There we go, power control is 7. Should start speeding up a little bit. This is like riding a heritage service in the UK, 25 mile an hour maximum. Apart from the Great Central where they get dispensation to be able to do a bit faster for test running only. There we go, getting up a bit more speed now. As I said, when we get to Innsbruck and have done the passenger bit, before I uncouple, I'll end this part of the video and then you'll have part 2 in 2 days' time on Wednesday. Yes, I am actually recording this on Saturday. But means I can get Friday's video recorded tomorrow. As well as doing the Monday and Wednesday videos. I'm still waiting to find out when the next steam loco is coming through Atherstone. Not had any notification of one coming through yet. I do know that at some point this month the only Class 8 Pacific Duke of Gloucester should possibly be heading back to Crewe. I missed it when it went down to Southall at the start of last month because it came through while I was at work. I really would like to see it. Never seen it in person, so I would love to see it. There's also Mayflower currently at Southall that is normally based at Crewe, so it'd be interesting if they go back up together. Oops, speeding up because the gradient's eased slightly. Definitely speeding up because the gradient is definitely eased. Where is it? If that little bar on the HUD shows as, and that's speeding up, if it goes to virtually non-existent, then stop speeding up. There we go. Should now stay at roughly this speed, which is what I want. Now it's slowing down a little bit, but I don't mind. Because it eventually evens out. Within speed limit. This is Seeveld At least I know how to pronounce the names slightly better than I do some places. There we go, slight braking. I do not want to be speeding, so I'm paying attention to the bar behind the that's above the display on the heads-up display, where it says 36 miles an hour. You've got the big up and down arrow and then yellow or blue thing. That shows whether we're speeding or not, or what the braking and acceleration's doing. Currently we're slowing down, which is why I'm increasing the throttle a bit. I think I need about 40 to make that so it stays. There we go. Accelerating a bit because we're going downhill, but I need a bit more speed anyway. 3.5 miles to Hochzell or Hochzell. Kill power, apply brakes a bit. Seriously speeding, because I wasn't looking. I was trying to read the station name of the next spot. And brakes currently released. Got to keep an eye on starting to slow down again. It's difficult managing the braking without speeding or slowing down too much. Over road again. Points to set straight, that's good. So there's no way I could have slowed down for that. Release the brakes before this big downhill bit. It's going to start going downhill pretty quick. Looks like we've reached the highest point. Here we go. A little bit of braking to start with. Make it so I'm not going to be speeding. Okay, a bit more. I don't want to be speeding too much because it does knock my total points down. bit more braking. It's quite a steep gradient now that we're going downhill. There we go. Tunnel. I think 29 miles an hour is about right. Don't want to be going too fast and don't want to be going too slow. And we're slowing down a bit too much, so we'll speed up a bit and then put brake back on again. The thing with electric locos like this is that the more the brakes are used, the more regenerative effort happens and more power goes back into the system. So at the moment, it'd be feeding power back in. At least that's what I think for the Swiss railways. Through there, 1.5 miles to the one that I definitely can't pronounce. As we go back down to the valley floor. Don't know how far from Innsbruck we are. Oop, a bit more braking please. There we go. Slightly more braking than acceleration. There's a little bit of flange squeal there. Tunnel. Long tunnel, so it'll go dark. Very dark. Ooh, all my gauges are lit up. Isn't that pretty? I can't see. Ah, there's the edge of the tunnel. And another tunnel. Ooh, look! Evergreens. That is gorgeous. And that's... Can I just go out here a sec? I want to have a look at that viaduct, if it'll let me. Yeah, if I'd realised that is a stunning viaduct. What's out this way? Is there more tunnel? Okay. Do we do a corner then? Where's the line? You've got the viaduct there. Let's pull out this way a bit. Just trying to see how long this tunnel is. Unless it goes all the way through. Can I do... No, I can't do fast. The ability to pause it while you do these is quite good. We've come up from that direction. So... there it is. There's the line. We'll be coming through there. Looks like it's another long tunnel. Okay. Go back into that view. While I go through... oh, slowing down a bit too much. Release the brakes slightly, not too much. 1 mile to the station that I'm going to struggle saying. It's that way, so we're turning round. Ooh, spark! Didn't realise we get overhead sparks. Like that. That's cool! Wouldn't see that if you weren't in the tunnel. That's actually really cool. I don't... oh, there's the end of the tunnel. Yay. How did I guess that the buzz would happen exactly then? Here's the end of the tunnel, and the viaduct is up there. Another short tunnel. It's an interesting line. Not gonna lie, it is an interesting line. For the return working, I will get a screenshot going over that viaduct. It's well known in railway circles, as is that. A view from above the tunnel. I wanted it on the viaduct, but I also want it to look like it's evening rather than daytime. So that would be pitch black. How about early morning? That's midnight, 2 AM, 3 AM, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on, bit of sunlight. Just looks nice. Like that. Going across the viaducts like that in the snow. And changing the time to evening So you get the golden light. Another tunnel, followed by another tunnel. There's a lot of tunnels now. This is now going to be dark, apart from where my lights are. There's signal. Here's that station that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. Hochzel or Hochzel, something like that. And we cross to the... No, we don't. We stay on this side. Good. Past the people on the platform. Keep your umbrellas up. Don't put them down, please. What's my phone telling me? Ooh. We're level, so I've got to... I've hit the wrong button. Right. Need a bit of power, because... Brake. It's on too much. 7.1 miles to Innsbruck. We're going to be a bit late. And then at Innsbruck, I will end this half of the video. I'm not worrying about brake at the moment, because I want to accelerate to get down the hill. As I said, we'll do the... get into Innsbruck. Do the passenger bit. And then that will end this particular video. And part 2 will resume immediately after. But will be Wednesday's video. Okay, now I can start applying the brakes. Ooh, bit of mist. .8 miles in 5 minutes. Not going to happen. Going to be late. Oh well. Can't do anything about that. Going down a curved tunnel. .6 miles. Still going down the hill. Not quite as steep a gradient as it was. And into yet another tunnel. Don't want to stall in here. That's a definite. Can't see. Unfortunately, I can't undo the darkness. You can see my displays on there and the notepad, but can't see what's ahead in the tunnel. Which is a bit of a shame, really. I can't turn the brightness up to be able to see anything visible. And if you're watching on a mobile device, this would be really annoying. So I apologise. Try a bit more brake, we're going. There we go, that should maintain speed. Don't want to be speeding, but I also don't want to be late, or too late. I mean, I've got 4 minutes, 3 minutes until I'm supposed to be in Innsbruck. 6 miles, that's, I need to do 120 miles an hour to do that. Not gonna happen. Oh well. If I try speeding, I'll end up derailing, which I don't want. Would be useful to know. That's a long... There's Innsbruck. There. Would be very useful to know if, or where the end of it. Come on, I pressed it once. There's the end of the tunnel, finally. That's a long bit. There's a viaduct. Oh no, it's snow shed. Thought it was a viaduct for a second. That would have made a good photo. Or screenshot. And more tunnel. I will keep apologising for having to go into tunnels because they're dark, but there's not much I can do about it. At least this one's not as long as the last one, and then into yet another tunnel. This one's even shorter, that's better. Let's hope that there's less in the way of tunnels now. As we do the last 5.2 miles to Innsbruck. Hauptbahnhof, platform 12B. Hauptbahnhof meaning main rail station. So you'd have Innsbruck Süd, maybe, which is south. And HBF, Hauptbahnhof. Bahnhof is rail station. Railway station. Haupt just means main. And yes, I did GCSE German. Wasn't a fan of it at the time, but I can still remember various words and their meaning, especially as I got a grade C without paying any attention in the lessons, because I did not like the language. Another snow shed, but no tunnel after it this time. 4.5 miles. Can release the brake a little bit. There's a short tunnel. passing loop. Which we're on the outside of. Don't want to fall down that hill. Green signal. Surprised there's no trains that we're passing. At least not now that we're in the hills. Because you'd expect that. You'd expect to pass other trains on these passing places. Trying to do brakes so that I'm not speeding, but also so that I don't slow down too much. 4 miles, and in about 2.5 miles we'll be on level ground. Should be. Can't remember. It's been a while since I've driven from Innsbruck. In fact, it was that one scenario that my laptop really did not like. It was raining and we started at Innsbruck to Mittenwaldbahn, and I was not getting anywhere near the frame rate I've been getting on this. So as I said, Dovetail Games, the people who actually make Train Sim World, have optimised the game, which is brilliant, because it means that I'm not getting the stuttering that I was getting on this route. It'll probably struggle a little bit when we're actually in Innsbruck, because that is a detail heavy section. But I'm not too worried about that. I mean, at the moment it's running at 15 frames a second, 17 frames a second. It's a little bit stuttery, but not as much as it was last time I did this route. And it runs so much better in the dark. 23 frames a second. Highest it's got up to 28. Lowest 16, 14, 13. Actually it went down to 7 at one point, so... .9 miles to Innsbruck. I'm deliberately letting it speed up a little bit, so that when we do come off the gradient, in probably about a mile or so, I'll have a chance to release the brakes properly. Okay, now I do need to apply the brakes a little bit more. Here's the start of Innsbruck, the edges, or the suburbs. go past the airport. Which is on this side of the train. Yeah, I was expecting a little bit of stuttering around Innsbruck. So this isn't too bad. We have 2.3 miles to Innsbruck itself. And we are now coming off the mountain. So, I don't know how long this part of the scenario's taken. I'll find out when I edit 2 videos and then upload them. All I do know is we're nearly at Innsbruck, which is where this route ends, effectively. Yes, you can drive further away, because it's not a terminus. Let's just cut the brakes completely at the moment. It's a nice little playground, or someone's garden even, with a swing set. Still a 3.5% gradient. We should be coming to the valley floor any moment. Which is why I'm not overly concerned about speeding now, because gradient should start easing. Oh, that's a tight wall. And apply the brakes a little. There we go, gradient has eased. The airport is just over there. Behind all those buildings. And speed limit goes down when we get through here. Yep, the airport's over there, if I remember rightly. Brakes are not on, but we're level, so a bit more power. 1.3 miles. Just get a bit of power going, because I don't want to be stopping. Why is it doing that? Cut that and power on. Should start. Why is the brakes coming on? Better. Yeah, I'm gonna be about 12 minutes late. Whoops. Not much I can do to make that up, because I'm late no matter what. Let's just get a bit of speed up to get to Innsbruck Hauptbahnhof. Where this video terminates, not the train, because the train just runs round. Which will be the start of the next video, as we head back to Gernash. Over the river. What's that one look like? Ooh. It's got a footbridge underneath. Go down. That work? Come on, do the noise. Ooh, that looks gorgeous. I did 2 screenshots, I didn't want to. Let's try over this side of the bridge as well. Yeah, taking screenshots does make the video longer, but it also gives me hey, there's children. Must be there's the playground. Amongst all that lot. At least I think so. Or it could be a school. Is it over this side? Yeah, there. There's the playground. There's a swing set. Right. Nearly at the destination. On a curved bridge, or curved viaduct, because it's a railway. Past the signal. Oh, it's got check rails modelled. That's good. And there's the turntable. So there is a turntable round here. I saw it on the route map. I just don't know where that was. There's Loco Shed. Okay, nearly at the end of the line. Which will also be the end of this video. Can't see the turntable. Almost done. It's only currently 11 minutes over. What it should be. Yeah. Oh well. Here is not Innsbruck. So I'm going to increase speed a little bit. I've got half a mile to go. I didn't realise that. This is just the south one. Okay. That means we haven't gone past this. No, we haven't. There's the roundhouse. And turntable. We've got a right-hand bend. Let's just pick the speed up a little bit so we're not so late. It's going to be probably around 15 minutes late. It's a good job this is a special service and not a timetable service, is all I'm going to say. Yes, I should really be following the timetable, but I've struggled to maintain speed. So, trying to make it on time has been difficult. 800 yards. Go back this side because I might be able to see the turntable. Which, there it is. There's the turntable. And the loco sheds. Okay. Which platform are we going in? Or which side will the platform be on? Cut power. As we head into Innsbruck Hauptbahnhof for the midpoint of our journey, but also the end of part 1. There's a train in the other platform, so we're going to have to run round slightly differently, aren't we? That'll make it interesting. Bit of power just so I'm not stopping early. Come on. This side. Just trying to get it so I don't stall. That'll do. Out goes that train. Looks like I'm going to have to set back to do the run round. But the run round will be done on the next video. So I will leave things there for now, and see you in the next video.
Warbler Productions. Filming trains and events that happen in town.
Wearing his red trilby, Dale can be seen with cameras 3 all set up.
Steam trains and diesels, electrics and freights.
Dickens and fireworks, tractors at Christmas.
Productions.